feel great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Today is Saturday, February 8th, 2025. This is episode 758 of the Immigration Answer Show. How's everybody doing? Glad to be here with you. We'll see if TikTok works. It looks like it's not working. I don't know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. What's going on with all of you? How's your weekend so far? A little pop-up episode. Wasn't sure we were going to do a show today, but here we are. I don't know what's going on. You guys all ready for the Super Bowl? Tomorrow should be fun. I'm excited. I'm rooting, of course, for the Philadelphia Eagles. I like green teams, and more importantly, I don't like the Kansas City Chiefs, and I hope they lose. TikTok is not working. I will try it one more time in a minute. I will post the link, but I will tell you the waiting room is already full. So if you're not on our text line, the only way it seems you're going to be able to ask a question these days, given the high interest in immigration, is to get on our text line by texting the word show to 314-470-3300 and get in there. I have to get in there early now because if I don't get in early enough, I get locked out, which happened the other day. So I don't know what I'll do if that happens. So I logged in as soon as I created it. I guess that's sort of how we have to do it from now on. All right, there's the link. I see a lot of our favorite friends are here. Hello to all of you. Good morning, good morning. I'm glad that Nurse Laura is here and Caro's here and Traylene. A lot of our favorites are here. There's the link. Lewis is here. Lewis sent me some Border Patrol show I'm supposed to watch. I'm going to watch that tomorrow. So I will watch that tomorrow, Lewis, and I think I might be coming to Texas soon, so we'll see. All right, let's get started. Let's talk to Island Gal. Hello.
Hello, Jim. Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Hi. So, my parents brought me here. I believe in '92. I was 4, and when I turned 18, I found out about my immigration status that they didn't adjust me. So, I met my husband in 2013. We got married. Well, we were friends in college, and we got married in 2013. So
Okay.
I filed. I had DACA first. So I had DACA's.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Tell me about your entry. Did you enter without inspection, or you had a visa and overstayed?
Yeah, I had a B2 visa. It was stamped, and it was like the old school paper card.
Yep. And you still have it?
Yes.
Good. That's the most valuable thing you own.
Yes. So then I had DACA, I believe in like 2011 or 12. I don't remember, but I had it for over like 10 years. DACA.
Okay.
So I recently filed for my I-765 and my I-485 and I-130.
Great.
And it's been sitting for about 1.8 months. I lived in Florida, but then my husband relocated for IT. So we moved to North Carolina. So they transferred it to the Raleigh field office, but it's been sitting there since May 4th, 2023.
Okay. No interview, no nothing?
I did like an inquiry and inquired. They said an interview isn't needed. It sat there for so long. They requested for a RFE, which is just like taxes, but I sent it and no movement, no nothing.
How long ago was that?
I sent in May 4th, 2023. They sent the RFE October 5th, and I sent the response the same day.
Okay.
I received it.
Yeah, so that's a really long time, longer than we're seeing. It might have been because you moved, you updated your address and everything.
Yes, I did. I did the AR-11.
Did you file with a lawyer or did you file on your own?
I filed an attorney in Florida, and then what happened was I got my work permit. So I got the 5-year work permit through my attorney. So I have that, but I haven't gotten any updated on the I-7, the I-130 or the I-485.
Okay. And when you call, what do they say? Anything?
When I called, they said the normal processing time for Raleigh field office is like 22.5 months. But then I called recently and they said because I could be in the 20% that I can't do an inquiry until November of this
So,
year.
but of course, we don't believe them. We do what we want to do, and that is we want to sue them to get them deciding. That's too long. We're not going to wait 22 months to make a damn inquiry. And their posted processing times are all BS anyway. I suspect that this is because you're a longtime visa overstay and you had the DACA. Just so that I feel better, no false claims to citizenship, right?
No.
Yeah. So if I were you, I would sue USCIS in federal court in North Carolina. I know
Okay.
that sounds scary, but it just gets them to finish up your case. For some reason, they're sitting on it. It might be that the DACA case isn't matched up to the marriage case, and there's just some sort of glitch in the system. I think you
Okay.
might not get a decision unless you sue them, and I would sue them. And if you did sue them, I think you'd get a decision in about 2 or 3 months.
Okay. And then I do have another question. So, my DACA expires in April. Would you advise me to continue to keep DACA active while this is processing?
I would sue them now and see if you can get your green card before then.
Okay.
Um, and then if it gets close, then I would file for an extension of DACA.
Okay. So basically, do the lawsuit first and then see
If that
um,
gets you your green
if
card, if it
it.
does,
Okay.
then you don't need DACA.
Okay. Okay. So, alrighty. And I can contact you guys for information for
Sure.
the right Amandas? Okay.
Yeah, just email us and say I was the first one on the show on Sunday, and we'll follow up with you on Monday.
Alrighty. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.
That was a good call. I liked how she called herself Island Gal, not using real names. Robert, she didn't need advanced parole because she entered with inspection, so she didn't have to worry about the old advanced parole through DACA. God bless America. I have filed for the I-751 and got the extension for 48 months. Hence, is it okay to travel with receipt? I would say yes. That should be generally okay. God bless America. But I'm telling most people who don't have a green card, which you do, or citizenship, not to leave for 6 months until we figure out what in the hell Trump is going to do. All right. Island Gal will go. We'll open up a spot in the waiting room. Delgado is here. Hello.
Yes, good morning. Thank you.
Sure. Good morning to you.
Yes, quick question. Just, I know there's a line and everything. I came over to the United States when I was maybe 5 years old. My mother, I guess she got a refugee or something, but she was a quick process. She got a residency, and then she brought me over with a green card, quick and everything. But after when she became a citizen at 96. I believe I was 11. She never adjusted my status and everything. So now I became 18, and I never thought that by her I was going to be able to become a citizen. So my question is, I have renewed my green card 3 times already. I'm going for my fourth time. Should I do my citizenship through the N600, or just reapply with renew my green card right now because it's about to expire the next 100 days, I guess. And then when I after high school, I guess I kind of got into a little troubles and everything, youth back in the days.
Sure.
Misdemeanors, traffic violations, one DUI. So the question is, should I just go with the green card, or can I do the citizenship and I have no problems with that?
Were you living with your mom at the time that she became a citizen?
Yes.
And did you enter the United States with a green card? Like, did it come right after you came?
Yes.
Okay, so that means you were admitted as a lawful permanent resident. You were in the custody of your mother when she naturalized. It's very, very likely that as we sit here right now, you already are a U.S. citizen. In other words, it's unlikely that they could deport you, for one, which is good. And number two, yes, you should. I mean, I would, if I were you, what I would do before I filed my N-600 is I would request my entire file from USCIS through the Freedom of Information Act. We can help you with that if you want. We can help you with the whole thing if you want. But
Sure, definitely.
In any event, what I would do if I were your lawyer is I would get your whole file to make sure that we're all on the same page, make sure that I'm 100% positive that you are a U.S. citizen, and then I would have you file for the N-600, and then hopefully in about 7-8 months, you'd get a certificate that shows that you are, in fact, a U.S. citizen, and you get a passport.
All right. And then the process that I'm going through this is 6 years ago, I got married. So now I got this dilemma, that I got my wife. I'm trying to get her, the green card or work permit and everything. And this
Where is she?
She's with me.
But I mean, she's in the United States.
Yes.
How did she enter?
She came with her parents with a program that I can't recall. It's like a B1 or something like that. Honestly, I don't recall it, but they gave her a social, they gave her a work permit and everything, but
she's never had a green card.
No green card.
So then in that case, I would probably not wait for your citizenship, for your file to get back from USCIS before applying for citizenship, just because we want to get that sooner rather than later. I would still request the file. It's free. It's not a big deal. I would file the N-600. It's your burden to prove, our burden to prove that you are a citizen. So we got to convince them of that. And then once you become a citizen, then you file for her.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep. So just shoot me an email, Delgado, and we'll go from there. Okay.
All right. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Bye, buddy. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. That was Delgado. You always love it when you find that someone might be a U.S. citizen, especially if, like he said, they had a little bit of trouble. Maybe USCIS might be giving them a hard time, or ICE running around right now might be giving him a hard time. So if he's a citizen, that would be fun. That would be good news all around, especially for his girlfriend / wife. I don't remember exactly what he said she was, but that would be the best news of all. All right. Who are you guys rooting for? Are you going to watch the commercials? I'll be interested to hear about the commercials. I think there's one recreating the scene from When Harry Met Sally in the diner. And I think there's one with the guys from True Detective, which would be Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. So that would both be fun. Did you guys know? I read a story. So one of our all-time favorite movies at our house and books, I just read it, by Cormac McCarthy, is called No Country for Old Men. No Country for Old Men. It's a great book, a great movie, and the always good Javier Bardem is a psychopath in that movie, and it's about a hitman trying to find Josh Brolin, who had found some drugs and money. And any event, Woody Harrelson's in that movie, and in the movie, Woody Harrelson plays a I guess you call him an assassin, a bounty hunter. He's looking to kill Javier Bardem, and the scene in the pharmacy is amazing with the coin flip. I gotta know what I'm betting on. I gotta know what I'm playing for. Yeah. Any event, Woody Harrelson plays a person, and in the book they talk about killing a federal judge in Texas. Well, that really happened, right? That really happened, where a federal judge was killed, and Woody Harrelson's dad went to federal prison for killing that federal judge. So it's sort of crazy that he's actually in the movie. Not exactly playing his dad. Javier Bardem is sort of playing his dad. So it's sort of crazy. And of course, Cormac McCarthy, all his stuff was good. All right, let's go to TikTok. What you guys got going on over here? Will you be at risk if you request a FOIA if you are undocumented? If I was going to request a FOIA and I was undocumented, I would definitely do that with a lawyer. I wouldn't use my home address, and I wouldn't have them send the file to my home address. Can I file for VAWA while having a conditional green card? You could. I would imagine that what you're talking about is getting the conditions removed through VAWA. There are provisions that allow a battered spouse to get their conditions removed under VAWA, but it's all within the 751 context. Let's go to immigration advice. Hello.
Good morning, Jim. Thank you for the pop-up show.
Sure. Always fun to do a pop-up show, and then I'm unplugging until Monday morning.
Okay. I have a question for a friend.
Great.
My friend is here on Esta. She's going to be turning 18 very soon. Her father is a U.S. citizen currently living in Mexico. She was only in his custody from December 8th, 2022 to July 25th of 2023, at which time she lived with him here in the U.S. During that time, they filed an I-130 and 485 for her, but they withdrew it because she wanted to go back home to live with her mom in Guatemala. They think they withdrew the 485 only, not the I-130. She has been in the U.S. for a little over a month on Esta in the custody of a family friend. So, first question: if they file the I-130 and 485 now, any chance of her aging out? She's about to turn 18.
She's got till she's 21.
Okay, as long as they get it on file.
Yeah. She wouldn't age out. Yep.
So since she's about to turn 18, but not 18 yet, is being in the family friend's custody an issue, considering it's her dad who will be filing the I-130?
Well, what's Daddy-O's deal? I mean, does he still pay taxes? Does he have property here? Does he have any kind of connection still to the United States? Or is he like, I'm out of here, MFers, I'm hanging out in Mexico for the rest of my life?
His wife is a U.S. citizen. His current wife is a U.S. citizen. So I think they go back and forth from Miami quite often. He has a mailing address there with his wife's mother, I believe.
So what about taxes?
That I don't know. I'd have to find out.
So I would say this person can get a green card. It's a little bit janky. They've done some dumb stuff. They probably need some help. I would research everything that's happened before. I would also, the big thing right now is the I-130 still active or not, right? Is the I-130 still active? That's what we want to know. So there's ways to figure that out. They could do a Freedom of Information Act, which I would do anyway, because I want to know this kid's whole immigration file. The dad is a naturalized citizen?
No, he was born here.
Okay. Why are they all being...
Go ahead. This family travels a lot. She has a passport from Spain.
Why are they all being so damn casual with all this? It seems really dumb.
I don't think they understand it very well.
So it'd be nice if dad came back for a while, or it'd be nice if the 17-year-old could go stay with grandma down in Florida. But all that being said, this is all still possible. USCIS is just going to be really confused because of where everybody physically is and sort of the life testimony that people are, I saw somebody's post, the life circumstances of everybody. I put in the comments law school exam question, which is what we call these sometimes. Doable, approvable, but it's going to take some work, and most of all because USCIS is going to be confused.
Can she adjust from Esta?
Yeah, she can.
Okay, and it seems nobody in the family can find any of the paperwork. For a FOIA, do you need the A number?
Yeah, you need something. I mean, they got to find something. That's just BS that they can't find anything. I completely don't believe that.
She says she's poked around on her USCIS account, but can't find anything.
No, I'm talking about physical stuff. Unless they're the dumbest people ever and they throw every piece of mail out in the mail, they've got to have something with the case on.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jim. I really appreciate your time.
You got it. Yeah, she could be a citizen. That's right, Ms. B. I didn't think about that. She could be a citizen. But if dad was born here, yeah, she could be a citizen too. Ms. B. Look at Ms. B. practicing law. That's what I'm talking about. Good job, Ms. B. Yeah, she could be a citizen, immigrate. Let me see. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. So you think she's not in his physical custody, and she didn't come with a green card. She came on Esta. So,
yeah, I know. But she could have been a citizen out of the country even before she came. Not through dad naturalizing, but you said dad was born here. So there's a chance that she already is a citizen.
Do you think it's worth filing the N-600?
No. I think what it's worth doing is tracking down all of her file, tracking down dad's file, and then figuring out what best approach. Everybody's going too damn fast. That's the whole problem. It's just
okay. So FOIA should be step one, since she's not at any risk of aging out.
Yeah, I would FOIA. Well, but she's on Esta, so there's a ticking clock here, right? So you got to FOIA her and you got to FOIA dad, and you got to find their shit.
Okay. If that doesn't become possible, do you? I mean, let's say because she's only been here a month and she's got 6 months on Esta, I believe. Do you think it would be prudent just to do the 485 and the I-130 if we're getting close to that time limit?
Well, again, none of this should be done without an attorney, number one. Number two, you only get 90 days on Esta. So it's not 6 months, it's 90 days. And if she applies in the first 2 months, then she's going to have problems. So there's a little window there between 60 and 90 days where that would be what you want to file.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
See ya. I'm always amazed at how sort of casual people treat their kids' immigration status. I'd be pooping in my pants if this was my child. I'd be very worried, especially if I wasn't an immigration lawyer. Hey, look who's here. My old friend TLT. What's up, Terry Lynn? How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. That's my old friend Terry Lynn. So you didn't hear this from me, but back in the day, she worked at the front desk at the dorm that we lived in. And every now and then we might have brought some things in that we weren't supposed to. They might have been in a big round barrel and they might have been tappable, if you know what I'm saying. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. Amy's here. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
So I have a question about a friend, okay?
Great.
Okay, so she got married in Egypt in 2016 to a green card holder. She entered the US with a B1, B2 visa in 2017. Within the first 6 months, she applied for I-130 and she applied for I-589. She got her green card for 10 years in 2020, and the officer told her to withdraw her I-589. So she withdrew it.
I already know where this is coming. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Since she got her green card through marriage, can she go back to Egypt even though she claimed under oath that it was unsafe for her to do so, right?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry, that's the question people always ask me.
Okay, so when her husband became a citizen, she applied for N400 and she got denied twice for the same reason. She was out of status from the end of her B1 stay until she filed for, until she got approved. So they told her you were out of status for 2 years, almost 2 years, until she got her green card. And they told her that this green card was a mistake and that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So the question is, how do she become a citizen? Can a judge make her a citizen? Can she get deported? Can she wait 5 years and then apply as a 5-year green card holder? Because she applied as a U.S. citizen wife.
Okay. So when she got her green card, her spouse was still a green card holder. Is that right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. How are things with her and the spouse right now as we sit here today?
They had a baby together. They are planning to have another baby. She's studying and she's working because when she got the asylum case, they gave her the work permit.
Mm-hmm.
And she got the work permit twice. And then when she got her green card, now she works and studies. And so everything is perfect.
Is the asylum case withdrawn?
Yes, the officer, when he approved her green card, he said, you know what? You need to withdraw your asylum case.
So, okay, here's a good question. Now, this is the tricky part of the whole thing, okay? Well, there's a couple tricky parts. My question is, when she applied for asylum, did she do it within the first 6 months while she was still in status on her B1, B2?
Correct.
Good. And did she ever have an interview or go to immigration court on her asylum case?
No.
Mm-hmm. And what field office awarded her the green card?
Shall I say the name or?
Yeah.
San Bernardino in California.
Okay. And oh, San Bernardino. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Do you know why that's perfect?
Mm-hmm.
because I've had this exact case in San Bernardino, California, and I sued them and I fought with them and convinced them that because my man had filed for asylum within the first 6 months, that bridged him through all the way to the approval of his green card. And I got them to give him the green card. So in other words, I was fighting it out before he actually got the green card based on marriage to a green card holder. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and she told them this. So she got denied the first time. The second time, she brought all the papers that she had the asylum case, and the officer said, "You know what? The asylum doesn't make you change your status."
Wrong. They're wrong. That's wrong.
Okay.
Now, there's a split different. So, the United States is broken up into 11 circuits, and the different circuits say different things. Like Kentucky and over there, they say one thing, but I know for a fact that California, and specifically San Bernardino, has approved. How long ago was the second N-400 denial?
Just 2 days ago.
All right. So here's what I would do if I were you, or if I were your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I would send that denial notice to Jim, and then Jim would get all mad at those fools in San Bernardino, and Jim would say, "Let's appeal this. This is actually so what they're trying to do. This is the third time this week that they've tried this shit where they're denying people their citizenship and saying you never should have gotten your green card. That is a really nasty thing to do, and it's also very hard to defend. So if I were you, I would file an N-336, which is an administrative appeal of the N-400, and I would fully brief that issue, and I would prove to them that they are legally wrong, and that what's supposed to happen is your green card was properly awarded, and that you should become a citizen. If that's the only reason they denied you, they're wrong, and you should become a citizen. And I think filing the N-336, the nice thing about that is it goes to the supervisor, it goes to the smarter people, and you should absolutely file an N-336 on that and fight that out with them because you should become a citizen.
Okay. Can I send you the stuff like now?
Yep.
Or
Yeah, send it to info@Hacking Immigration Law, and we'll look at it first thing Monday morning.
Okay, it's not under Amy's name, okay?
Yeah, sure. That's okay. No, this is exactly, just say I'm Amy. That's exactly how we're supposed to do it. You did it exactly right.
Okay, and so are you going to take the case, or are you going to investigate?
Habibi, I haven't even seen the case yet.
Okay.
But probably this is the kind of thing that makes me mad. This is the kind of case that we would want to work on. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. See ya.
Mhm.
Trying to nail me down before we're even done with the call, before I've even read the N-400. What's that all about? That's an Egyptian way. I said to my wife, and my wife Amani, who's from Egypt, and my daughter Noor, whose mother's from Egypt, yesterday, I was like, man, I got both of you bossing me around, telling me what to do. I thought I was going to have a nice afternoon. I ended up driving around from after Juma. So from 2 o'clock, I was driving errands from 2 o'clock until 9 o'clock. I was like, oh man, 7 hours of driving around. Oh, I get to get some nice dinner in there. Where did we go? Oh, we went to the original shawarma house. It was pretty good. Original shawarma house on Manchester. I'm listening to a podcast, and it's funny. They don't have sponsors on the podcast, but part of the podcast is each of the hosts gets to make a free commercial for some place or something that they like. Like one of them said he did one for for raspberry Pop-Tarts because his son really likes raspberry Pop-Tarts. And so I'll do one for Original Shawarma House on Manchester. Yeah, Leopoldo, right now we're live. Original Shawarma House on Manchester, just a little bit west of the mosque on Weedman. And it was pretty good. And my wife said, it's good when all the Arabs are there eating shawarma, because if it's not good, they won't be there. All right. I'm going to go to AA. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. First of all, I'm gonna thank you for everything, all the hard work you and your team are doing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Actually, I have a few questions. And the first of them is I came to this country in 2016 with F1 visa.
Okay.
So my sponsor, after a year of going to school, unfortunately, my sponsor can't support me anymore. So I have to be out of school and out of status.
Wait, time out, time out, time out. How long after you entered did your funding supposedly drop off?
What was that?
Yeah. So you said that after you arrived on your F1, your funding went away, right?
Yeah, after a year.
A year. So you went to school for a year, and then and if I asked you, AA, can you prove through documents that your funding changed, what would be the deal?
Like I can really prove because I'm not the one supporting myself. I have people back home that was sending money. So
Yeah,
I can.
Hold on. When you went to the embassy, you told them that you were going to be able to support yourself, right?
Yep, I did.
And then so you might, okay, go ahead. We'll keep going. That doesn't sound like that's the point of your story, but this is an issue that they're really cracking down on. Go ahead.
All right. But what exactly I'm going is before the Lincoln Rally Act, I got charged with shoplifting in 2024, October 2024, before President Trump passed the Lincoln Rally Act.
But immigration-wise, has anything happened since you stopped going to school?
Yeah, in 2019, they called me in, so I have a lawyer. So they were just testing me and bother me. So I had to look for a lawyer that say, hey, go meet them. So I went there and meet them. When I met them, they put me on.
Who's them? Who's them?
The immigration officer.
Wait, so you're talking about ICE, or did you apply for something?
ICE. So when I stopped going to school on the first Trump administration, first term administration, they called me.
They came and found you because you were out of status.
Yeah, they didn't found me, but they were testing me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
well, you had no status. But what I want to know is, have you filed for anything since you went to school?
Yeah, I was married. I was married that time. Then the marriage wasn't working. Then I got a divorce that time. I got a divorce after that time, though. I believe so.
But did you apply for a green card? Did you get a green card based on that marriage?
No, I was working on it, but since the marriage wasn't working, I was like, no, I'm not gonna be in a marriage that is not gonna work in and go through all this.
Okay, let's get to it. I'm trying to figure out what is the immigration. What have you applied for anything, or are you still just here a visa overstay after your F1?
No. So when I went there, they put me on removal proceeding. So after that time, I didn't apply for anything till now. But I'm trying to get married soon.
Time out. First of all, I hear kids back there. Are those your kids?
That's my kid.
Who are you trying to get married to? What do you mean trying to get married to? You've been out of status for 6 years.
Yep.
And they know you're here. They have your fingerprints.
Yep.
So what the hell are you waiting for?
Oh, actually, I didn't find the right person till now.
So what's your question for me, brother?
My question is, I'm trying to marry, and I got charged with a shoplifting. I got a shoplifting charge in 2024, October 2024, before the Lincoln Rally had passed. But my shoplifting case, we didn't get to the court yet. I got a diversion program because they canceled the court. I got a diversion program that hopefully by the end of this month, my charge will be dropped, my arrest will be dropped. So with everything going on right now, I was going to ask, is it a good time to get married?
Well, I mean, what happened when you met with ICE? Why did they what happened with your court case?
It was 2019. We never met to the court. They never did any hearing. They keep postponing the time, so there's no immigration court so far.
Okay, so do you have an alien number?
No, I do not have any alien number.
Okay. Well, who did you have? How many kids do you have?
One.
And what's the deal with that kid's mother?
So she's the one, but since it doesn't work now, we are not together. But we co-parenting. So I will have my kids my son sometime. She will have my the kids sometime.
Okay. So you're just asking me generally, is it a good idea for me to get married? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, you can't get married just to solve your immigration problem.
No, the reason why I'm trying to marry, like why I'm worried, because of my shoplifting case with because of the
You should be worried about the fact that you've been out of status for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
The shoplifting charge is just one way that you could come into contact with ICE. You could be caught near the border. You could be, you could get in a car accident. There's all kinds of ways right now. I mean, I don't know what in the hell you're thinking. You've been here for 6 years, sort of building a life with nothing underneath it.
Yeah.
The shoplifting charge is just the icing on the cake. You're in a really bad situation, and you're not doing much to fix it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My other question, is there any chance that if I finally get married, like I'm planning, if I file for my green card, it's gonna went through? Because I don't have any.
You don't have any what?
I don't have any criminal record.
Well, yeah, you do. You got a shoplifting charge.
It's getting dropped because of the diversion program, though.
Yeah, but that's still criminal. He said, I don't have any criminal. Yes, you do. That's still criminal. Diversion, whatever the state court does with your shoplifting charge, that's still an arrest. That's still, as you know now, something that triggers Lake and Riley. So I think they might be coming to look for you very soon. Good luck, AA. I don't know what he wants me to do. It's just, I don't know. All right, let's see who's going on in TikTok. What you guys got going on over here? We got some people watching. We got some people watching on YouTube. Let's see what's going on. Somebody asked me a question in TikTok. I'll try to answer it. What's going on? Usually in TikTok, they're sending questions like nonstop. NBC changed my DQ date after my wife's visa changed from F2A to CR1. Well, that's good. Any news for DACA? No, I haven't heard much on DACA. That's surprising me, but I'm sure we will soon. I filed my 751 and my green card expires April 1st, and I'm to leave to go to my brother's funeral. I'm sorry about your brother passing away. That's very sad. Hopefully you have the extension letter. If the funeral's on April 1st, I might wait until I get the actual 4-year extension letter. All right. Let's go to Dia. Dia, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello. So I just had two quick questions. One of them being, so I'm American and my husband is from Egypt, and we have a interview coming up. I think it's in March, and we're a little bit worried because so our whole living situation's a bit confusing. His work is in New York, and I have family here, and it's what grounded me in Missouri. And so we're just a little bit confused, and we're wondering if we're trying to look for a place in New York right now, and we got denied for one apartment, but we're gonna keep applying for different places. But if it happens that we get an approval like sometime in the next 2 weeks, if we update the address, will that move our case and the interview process to New York, or will it just still stay? Would we still have to attend that interview here in March in Missouri?
All right. So let's think this all through. Okay. I want to hear a little bit about the relationship. Was your husband in status when you met him?
He was here on I believe like on a work. I wish he was here, but he's working. I believe he came here not for work, but it was I think just visiting. I believe it was just visiting. He was here with a company, but then he had some time where he can kind of like, venture off in the US. And so, but and I think he kind of just I think he was just here visiting. He
Okay,
was
so
just here visiting, I believe. Yeah.
sweetheart,
Yeah.
you have to know his immigration history backwards and forward. If you answer the question like that, they're going to crucify you.
Okay.
If that was the first question and they asked you that and you guys were there together, they would separate you immediately.
Okay.
You've got to know it like that. You got to know it better than him.
Okay.
All right. So when did he come to the United States?
I believe he was here a few months prior to November 2024, as I said, visiting, and then I met him like we met on like a dating app in December, late December.
Of 24?
Yeah, of 24, yeah.
And you
I
have
know. It's
an interview coming up?
yeah, I know.
Okay.
So we're just yeah, I know. It sounds super crazy.
Well, I don't know whether it's crazy, but so before November of 2024, you had no idea who he was.
No.
Okay. Next question. Did you use an attorney to file your case?
No, he did it all himself. He did all the filing and everything by himself.
You reviewed everything though?
Yeah, I did. I was there like through the paper, just, overlooking, making sure like all the information was correct for his and on mine, and we submitted everything.
So, when was the first time you met in the real world?
We met in December. I mean, January. It was like 2 weeks after the 1st of January. We ended up initially meeting, and then after that, he came back a second time, and he met my mom and all of us. And then I think it was like a long visit the second time, and that's when we decided that we were just gonna get married. Um,
In
and we
January,
were gonna, yes, in
January of
January of last
2025.
year.
You mean last month?
No, sorry, 23. Oh my gosh. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm so confused. Sorry.
That's okay.
23,
No,
December
that was both.
23, we got
That was
married. We met January 24, and then we married last year, February 24.
okay. So that blew my mind. Okay.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm just starting to get
So
used to the new year.
again, you ready?
Mhm.
You got to know these dates. Same as the other thing. You got to know these dates.
Okay.
All right. So that's okay. I'm still writing January 2024. So that
I
part I
know.
get. Okay. So to be clear, the
Mhm.
first time you met face to face was in the middle of January 2024.
4. Yes.
And you got your date of your marriage is
February 24.
so like a month later.
Yeah.
More than a month later or less than a month later?
More than a month later, and the only reason why we did the immigration thing is because the fees
Nope.
were going up, and so that's why we kind of
That was
like
until
pushed the process.
April though. What did you get married at the mosque, at a church, at the
Yes, at a
courthouse?
mosque.
Okay.
Well, both. It was first at the courthouse, and then the second one was a week later, and it was at the mosque.
Okay. And did you grow up Muslim?
I would say no.
Okay.
No, I did not.
All right. Who came to the wedding?
Just because we could only have very limited people at the courthouse. It was only max 6 people, and then at the mosque it was just maybe like four of us. A good friend of mine, and yeah.
Does your family know that you're married?
Yeah, they're here in Missouri. We've all met each other a lot, and then obviously his family's in Egypt, so we just do like video calls and stuff like that with his family. But all of my family here all know about him, my work, everyone.
Okay, now here's the big part. You ready?
Sure.
When you guys applied, were you living together?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
But currently, right now, no, because I moved to a different apartment, and it was only supposed to be temporary because his job in New York was only supposed to be for a few months. And at the end of that, they had the option, or well, the company was going to review everyone and pick out who they would want as a permanent employee. And so luckily he was chosen. And so that extended his stay in New York. And so
What's the job?
now
What's the job?
I can't say, but it's in tech.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But is it a job that he couldn't do in St. Louis? Is what I really want to know.
It's a job that he could do here, but he just wants to be there in New York, and he has an uncle, I believe, there. So he just kind of, he doesn't like Missouri. It's too
Well, I don't blame you.
small, so he prefers New York. And so,
But doesn't he prefer
yeah,
being with his wife more than where he lived? Isn't that more important to be with his wife?
of course it is, but I just wanted to be near family, so that's the reason why I stayed back.
When did he move to New York?
Um, I guess you can say in August of last year.
So since he moved to New York in August, how many times have you gone to New York to see him, and how many times has he come here?
Well, he comes every month here, and I've only been there one time.
He comes every month for a weekend?
Normally for like a week here.
Okay.
Maybe like 4 or 5 days maybe. And then he
Okay.
has to go back.
Okay, so the address that you used when you filed the I-130 and the 45 is an address that neither of you live at anymore. Is that correct?
Yes, and I had told my husband I think that we should update it, and he was like, "Let's not update it until we move in together to New York." And now he was wanting to transfer the case, and I said, "Well, I mean, they already know everything because taxes and everything's coming up." And so we just kind of left everything be.
So I'm going to talk.
So
So hopefully he can watch this video, and hopefully he can call our office and talk to my wife, because she's going to really yell at him. But one thing I've been harping on, because I read it in the deportation book, and I was really surprised. You know that technically it's a deportable offense to not update your address within 10 days as an alien, as an immigrant. So that's just the rules and everything. That rule is often not followed. And I don't say that to scare you, but here's the dealio. A couple things. Number one, they know the day he entered the United States, and they know that it was in late 2023. And based on what marriage evidence you submitted, they know that you got married very, very quickly. And so that is one of the things on their fraud indicator, right? And that's one of the reasons. I even have a video on this somewhere back in the day. I video a video which is it was something like this. You think you want your interview right away, but sometimes you don't. Maybe I need to redo this one because I haven't done it in a while. And here's what I mean. They scheduled you very quickly so as to prevent you from being able to develop as much marital evidence as you can. They're doing this on purpose. It's not, I mean, right now under Biden and under the rules that are still in effect, very few marriage cases are getting green card interviews. So the fact that you've gotten a green card interview is not good. And here's the thing that I'm worried about. There's lots I'm worried about everything you've told me, but here's what I'm worried about the most. In this current era we live in, even before Trump, but especially after Trump, but even before Trump, the fact that they sent you an interview notice makes me worried. But the fact that you have an old address on file. So this is the denial notice that I've read over and over. Can I tell you what it says?
Sure.
The denial notice I have seen says this. On August 2023 or whenever it was, or no, before April 1st. So in the spring of 2023, you both filed an I-130 and a 45. Your listed address at that time was 123 Main Street. We scheduled you for an interview, and in order to get ready for that interview, we knocked on the door at 123 Main Street the day before your interview. And when we looked, there was nobody living at 123 Main Street. It's empty. So then, in order to be thorough, we went to the leasing office and we said, "Hey, whose name was on that lease?" And the answer would be
both of ours.
You were both on the lease, so that's good. Okay. So then they said, "Do you have a last known address for these two?" And if they get your new address in St. Louis, they go over there and they say, "We knocked on the door at 6 in the morning, at 5:30 in the morning." And guess what? He wasn't there, even though it was the address he told the leasing agency that's where he was moving to. We had no idea. We were trying to find him, And we show up at this house, and really there's not much evidence that he lives here. And in fact, his wife told us, oh, sorry about this. He lives in New York. Do you know what that sounds like?
It definitely doesn't sound good.
No, it sounds like immigration fraud.
Yeah. Okay.
When's the interview?
It's in March, late March.
You guys got a lot of work to do, and this is really messed up.
I know. So is that all you have to say for that first question? I know you're probably like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to answer anymore, but
Wait.
I have
Hold on. Are you saying there's more?
I have one other question that he asked for me to ask
Here it comes.
you.
Here it comes. All right.
I know.
Let me hear it.
So, in the case of like we haven't did our taxes yet, so what state would you say that we file in?
Well, that's the least of our concerns. We need to clean up this address stuff. You need to move to New York. I mean, I'm thinking you need to move to New York. They're going to be this stinks to high heaven. They're going to think this is fraud. They're going to investigate the shit out of this. You're going to see a 10-page notice of intent to deny. We don't like this. I mean, there's an argument to even withdraw this case and start over. I don't know. I mean, I don't
I know.
like any answers as to why he's in New York. It's my wife has a special power. My wife is my immigration law partner and my wife. She's a much better lawyer than me. In fact, she was recently named one of the 2 best immigration lawyers in St. Louis. And in any event, her special power is dealing with men from Egypt specifically and yelling at them and telling them all the dumb things that they did to screw up their immigration case.
Ooh.
So if I were you, what I would do is I would email us and say, we need to talk to Amani next week about what the hell we're going to do with this mess of an immigration case.
Okay. All righty.
I would just say one other thing for you, and I say this in kindness. You need to make sure you're not getting played. I'm not saying that you are, but this all stinks.
Okay. Got it.
All right?
Thank you.
Have a good day. Woo! I have one from yesterday I got to play for Amani. Now I got to play her this one. Somebody says I need to make this show 2 hours, and I do think that's true. That's the kind of case that could be legit, could be approvable, but it's like, let's make a list of all the ways we can make this harder than it has to be. That's where I land on that one. But I would say reasonable people could disagree on how the facts of that one are interpreted. Eyes wide open. That's the thing. Eyes wide open. Everybody, you got to go through this with eyes wide open. You got to be on top of your game. You got to know your shit. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know all the angles. Somebody said yesterday that listening to me talk to people like that is like a colonoscopy. I'm just trying to be thorough and make sure that people understand what they're going through. Leopoldo, there is absolutely no complaining about how long I take on a call. I take the calls as long as I want. This is a free service. Nobody gets to complain about how I run the show. Nobody gets to complain about how long I talk to people. I talked to a guy for 40 minutes last week about it, and 98% of it had nothing to do with immigration. All right, let's go to T. Hello, T.
Hi, Jim. Good morning. This is T here from St. Louis as well. My question is going to be short. First of all, thank you very much for this great opportunity. My girlfriend, she came in here on a J1 visa in 2010, and it was a U.S. government-sponsored program, so the 2-year rule home return was applicable. However, after the program, she went back to her home country, and 3 months later on, applied for an F1 visa, and she came here, went to college, and she's now a pharmacist. She was approved for J1 for the H1B, but the 2-year rule still lingers. She had applied for a waiver twice, got denied. Applied for an NIW, that also got denied. So at some point I was talking to her that, hey babe, we could try and go back to Ghana since my military contract will be over within in 2 months' time. So after that, I can take some time off for us to go to Ghana, because I even need some time off for myself as well. But it is a bit challenging for her, and she insists that she knows someone who had a 2-year rule, applied, but went ahead to apply for the green card and got it. So I'm just torn in the middle.
Well, my brother, it seems like she's done everything humanly possible to get out from under this 2-year rule, eh? Don't you think?
Jim, please come again.
Yeah, what I was saying was, I think we can all agree that she's done everything humanly possible to get out from under her 2-year return home requirement under her J1. Isn't that, I mean, she's done more than I would do if someone asked me to be her lawyer towards the end of everything she's done. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah. So, and I'll say this in all kindness. Everybody knows this magical lawyer who lives in California who has been able to get something impossible done for somebody, right? So obviously there's lots of people who've gotten out from under their J1, but you can't rely on that in your case. When you've knocked on the door 3 or 4 times and the door's not been opened, that's, in Arabic we would say khalas kafaya, we're done, that's it. So let's just move on.
Oh, okay. And Jim, I have my last question. So I intend on going to France for work. So in case she agrees and we move to Ghana, whilst being in France and also having my house here, maintaining my stay here as well. If time is up for us to file, can I still go ahead and do it by using my job in France to file taxes and also my address here?
Yeah, as long as you maintain your residency here and pay your taxes, it should all be fine.
Roger that. Thank you very much, Jim. God bless you. And
and are you in the military? Did you say you're in the military, T?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your service. What branch are you in?
I'm in the Army.
Great. Thanks, T. Have a good day.
All right. Have a good.
T knows what's what, but his wife's being stubborn. She thinks she can get out from under that 2-year J1. TikTok says NBC changed my DQ date 11/22 after my wife's visa changed from F2A to CR1. Now it's 1/25. Oh, you probably need to let them know that you want to be still considered under the LPR F2B category instead of the F1 category. How long are OBIM FOIAs taking? OBIM. I would imagine they're taking a very long time. All right, we got about 3 more minutes. I'll probably take one more call. Let's go to Cassandra. Hello. Cassandra?
Hello, how you doing, Jim?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for doing this service for all of us who have questions. My question is, I have a friend and her name is Zainab. She came here on a visitation visa in 2001 with her mom. Her mom has her green card through her brother.
Yeah.
And now her mom was trying to file for her change of, what do they call it? Status.
Yeah.
And the lawyer told her that she needed to go get an I-60B.
I-601 waiver.
Yeah, I-601A.
Yep, 601A. That's right.
So why is it, I thought before she could adjust her status quickly with her mom.
Yeah.
So what has changed, or what should I tell her?
About what's different between her and her mom?
Why it's not so quick like before?
Got it. Okay, so there's a couple different reasons, okay? So first of all, there's this concept in immigration law called immediate relatives. So you and I would certainly think that the brother and sister are immediate relatives, but when it comes to immigration, immediate relatives are the parents of U.S. citizens, like your friend's mom, the under 21-year-old children of U.S. citizens, and the spouses of U.S. citizens. So there are an unlimited number of visas available, and people can get green cards in those categories, even if they've overstayed their visa, right? But cases filed by brothers or sisters, or cases filed by moms for their children, that's not true, right? So you have to be in status at the time that you adjust, and she's out of status these 23 years, right?
Okay.
So
But
she's
her
not in the same
mom is a
category.
citizen,
Yeah.
and my friend is over 30.
Yeah.
So
So there are about 10 years worth of people in line ahead of her because there's a cap on the number of those kinds of people who get visas.
really?
Yep.
So what should be her next process of what she should do?
She's not going to be able to adjust through either her brother or her mother. She's been out of status for 23 years. The only thing that would clean that up is if she was married in good faith in a real marriage to a U.S. citizen.
Okay. And also, she's on DACA. Does that affect anything?
No, it just keeps them from deporting her and letting her get a work card now, but that's no status. That doesn't help her as far as what we were just talking about.
Okay. All right. Is she okay to renew the DACA status?
I would if she's eligible. I'd definitely renew it.
Okay. And what is the time frame for renewing the DACA ahead of time?
I think it's 6 months. I'd check the rules.
6 months. Okay. So I should tell her to renew it as soon as possible.
I'll tell her to check the instructions, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Jim.
Bye,
I'll
Cassandra.
relay the message.
Yep. All right, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. No show tomorrow for the Super Bowl, and then Monday is Amani's birthday, but we'll be doing a show on Monday. I hope you all have a great rest of the weekend. I hope you all get to watch some football and relax. I hope Nurse Laura has a good rest of her day. Big ups to all the Yardies, especially you, Donna. Donna, I want the Eagles to win, not the Chiefs. I hate the tomahawk chop. I hate the brainless Kansas City fans who do it. And I really, really don't like Patrick Mahomes' wife. I think she's super annoying. And plus, I think there's a big MAGA flavor over there. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.